All right, hello everybody. We're going to continue our little effort here to. The plan was to give you 10 of my sort of top 10 lead generation strategies. I'm not sure how I got with the top 10. I don't know if they're the most popular or the ones I've done. I haven't done all of these. I haven't done all of these. I mean, I've done them, but I haven't made a career out of them. And so I'm not sure what I mean by top 10, but they were the ones that I think maybe the most people do, or that they're the easiest to understand, or something like that. So anyway, I'm putting together this little guide over here. And so today's is going to be special event fundraising for real estate agents. And it is doing what it sounds like, putting together an event for the people that you know, your past clients, all of your sphere of influence, your family, the people from church, the the other dads from the soccer team that your kid plays on, right? So it's an event for all of those people. Everybody likes to throw parties, right? And so throwing a party and turning it into lead generation is sort of a big deal. Now, it's this is a slow moving thing. This isn't something that you're probably going to get leads on immediately. This is a sphere building. This is a relationship building event. This is going to take some time. You're going to do these probably every quarter over time, and it's just staying in touch with people, letting them know that you're in real estate. That's the purpose of this event. Don't expect to have an event and somebody at the event come up to you and go, "Oh, by the way, I need you to sell my mom's house." It could happen. It's unlikely that that's going to happen, but it could happen. So let's talk about this. We want to have them quarterly. I mean, you could do them more or less often. Don't get me wrong, but quarterly seems to make the most sense, and we'll go into that why I think that is here in just a second. But you want to have it at a nice place, a restaurant or a bar or something, rather than the reason I say that is probably the least attended one of these that I ever did was at my real estate office because people didn't care to come see my real estate office. They like going out to a certain restaurant or a certain bar and go hang out with people. They kind of know what to expect. But when I invited them over to my office, it just didn't go well. Now, maybe if I was having a grand opening, I'd change my mind on that. If you're having a grand opening of your office, then maybe that'd be a good place to have a party. In fact, I probably would for one, but I wouldn't do it very often. Um, and preferably food and beverages for sure, free to them, and preferably some kind of a theme. And we'll talk about themes, but a reason to go out every quarter, right? A theme. So don't just, hey, meet me at this bar, but here's a reason to do it. So I did one time called there was a bar here. It is now gone, but there was a bar here in Kansas City called Repeal 18th. It was repealing the 18th Amendment, which is prohibition. So it was called Repeal 18th. And so, just as spring sprung, I did an event called Repeal Winter at Repeal 18th. And so it was like getting rid of winter, starting the new stuff. So, just sort of a theme. I've got a real estate friend of mine here who does a gigantic event annually. This one's huge, though. I mean, just a monster. And it was all around this year was all around Taylor Swift's Eras tour, and they were playing it at the theater. So he rented out the whole theater and invited everybody, and then he just went big guns. I mean, he made friendship bracelets for everybody and had door prizes and just all kinds of stuff. And so some sort of a theme. Have a local tie-in or something. So, in fact, I've got about 20 here listed of different themes or ideas that you could use. I'm not going to go over them all, but if you're watching this video, here's a good thing. If you're watching this video and you want that list, just send me the list in the comments. That'll help me know that you guys are watching this. It'll help me know that my content's good. Help me know that I'm giving something of value if you guys actually want that list. So just comment down there. Yeah, send me that list and I'll figure out a way. I've got your email address. If you're on this group, I've got your email address, or I'll figure out another way to get it to you. So send me the list and I'll give you a whole bunch of different ideas of what we can do, the different themes you can do 4 times a year to have a pretty cool event every quarter. So let's see. Make it creative. Do something special. Don't just go to the bar and sit around and visit and talk. It's just not going to get. You need a little bit of a buzz. So think of something creative to do around your theme that is more fun, more a reason that people will talk about your event, right? Later on. Maybe door prizes or gifts to everybody that comes in. Recognition and introductions. If you get some people in the room and you can introduce people to introduce to each other, they're going to get to know each other. Then you get to be seen as that as that introducer, and you get to be seen as sort of a mover and shaker in the business and all that. And so making those introductions, plus people just like to meet other people. You never know who's going to have what in common with each other. So making those introductions is sort of a big deal. Um, and then, as creative as you can make it, because then you will document that event. I'm going to talk to you about the lead generation side of things and the reason we do it. But also another reason is to have the videos and documentation of you having this event and how much fun people had. Maybe you can even interview people about how they met you, or ex clients about how they interacted with you and what such a good job you did, so that you can then have that for content over and over and over again on your social media pages and such. So make it creative, do some door prizes, have some fun, and then document everything. Here's why it's good for lead generation, is because each event is good for, I don't know, maybe 6 different touches, of our clients, 6 different reasons to reach out and say hi and reiterate the fact that you're a real estate agent and just stay top of mind of people. There's probably 6 different ways, because first of all, you're going to send them some sort of a save the date card. Hey, our next event's coming up on this date. Don't forget, to put it on your calendar. Then number 2, maybe an actual invitation, right? You are invited. This is the event, RSVP, come on, let's go. It's a second way that they're going to see your name. A third one, maybe just before the event, you send out a little reminder postcard. Hey, don't forget, here's the big event. It's coming up. Then the fourth one is, you're going to be maybe at the event, right? Or maybe chasing all those people that haven't RSVP'd yet. Let's do that first. So chase them, make a phone call, say, hey, I sent you the invitation. I hadn't heard from you. Can you come? There's another touch. Then at the event, whoever's there, you get to see and say hello to. So that's another way of getting in front of them. And then finally, after the event, you're going to do follow-up. You're going to call everybody that came and say, thanks, I'm really glad you came, et cetera, et cetera. And then the people that didn't come, you're going to call them too and say, hey, I missed you at the event. I wish you could make it. I'll make sure you're on the list for the next one. So a lot of different ways from one event that you can stay in touch with them for that quarter, right? We're having one every quarter. And so as soon as the follow-up calls are made, you've only got another couple of weeks maybe, and you're sending out the postcard for the save the date for the next one, right? So a lot of good ways to stay in touch with them. I mentioned that introducing people is a good thing while you're there, right? Be seen as the connector of human beings. But I also want you to know that when you throw a party like this for introverts like me, because I'm an introvert, believe it or not, sitting here on the video, I can do this all day long. This is fun to me. But going to an event of people that I don't know or what the event is going to be about, I'm not very good at just walking in a room and start going, hey, how you doing? I'm Jay, blah, blah. I'm just not that kind of an outgoing guy. I'm definitely an introvert. You extroverts are going to have no problem with this. But one of the things that I like about throwing my own parties is because it makes the introvert in me easier to go out and meet people, because it's my party. I'm there. I'm expected to be there. I'm the host. Everybody's there to see me. The reason they're there is because I invited them to come. And so that makes me going out and shaking hands and saying hi so much easier than if I'm just at a party with a bunch of people that I don't know. So you get to be the host with the most, or the hostess with the mostest. Is that a word? During this event. And you get to move around and shake hands and shake hi to people, introduce them, all that kind of stuff. And then at some point, you're going to take everybody's attention and go, hey, everybody, hey, thank you all for coming. Hold on, hey, listen. So that I can write this off, I've got to say a couple of things. And one is, I'm a real estate agent, and I hope if you know anybody that you know or like that needs a home in the Kansas City area, I'm your guy. Please, you're going to do your elevator pitch from the stage. Let everybody know, that you are that, and that's an important thing to say there from the stage. And it's not going to be off-putting. You just got invited out to a party, so they're going to know that there will be some sort of a pitch there at the end. I'm not going to make it a hard pitch, but I'll make it a soft pitch and make it funny by, so I can write this party off. I got to say some things about my real estate company. So you can do that. Now it sounds like, probably if you're listening so far, you're like, oh my gosh, this is A, a lot of work, and B, a lot of money, because I've got to pay for the food and pay for the beer and rent the space and invitations and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it can be expensive, but here's a plan for you. And if you watch my video on direct mail, it's a similar way of helping get this paid for by using other people. So get partners that are involved in this. I very often reach out to my title company and I say, hey, title company, I've got my quarterly party coming up, and beer and wine is going to be, $450 or $350 or $100 or however much you're going to, however many people that you're going to have there. And I was wondering if you would sponsor it and buy our food and beverage. And then, of course, come on out and be there. And I'll let you talk from the stage about how great your title company is and how they can use you and all that kind of stuff. And nowadays, my title companies say yeah, because I send them a lot of business and they want to make me happy, I suppose. Really, they've got marketing money to spend, so they may as well spend it on the guy that's bringing them business, right? They've got to write a check for marketing, so they may as well do it at my event where they get to go out and meet people, and they know that I'm going to bring them business. So that's absolutely true. Lenders, maybe you could tap one of your lenders. It's in the same boat. You send them a lot of business, and they want to make you. They want to spend their marketing dollars on you because they have to spend their marketing dollars anyway. So lenders might be a good way of doing it. Now, as you saw from my direct mail piece, I use my lenders for the direct mail piece, so I don't then go hit them up for the parties, but you still could. Insurance agents, maybe if they want to get out there and in front of all of your sphere of influence, that might be a good thing. This may not pay for everything, but other home related businesses, like you're a real estate agent, maybe you get a roofer, maybe you get an electrician or something, and you guys go together and make it a party for all of your people, right? You invite your sphere of influence, they invite their sphere of influence. The roofer invites his sphere of influence. The electrician invites her sphere of influence, and so all of your people are all in the room at the same time, and you get to introduce your people to a good insurance person or a good electrician, and they get to introduce their clients to you, a good real estate agent. And so that may not pay for it, but at least it will defray the cost where all you guys are spending a third of the money or a fourth of the money instead of the whole thing. It will increase attendance, because everybody's inviting people. So if you're worried about being a new agent and maybe you can only put 10 people in the room, then get 4 other people that could put 10 people in the room. And all of a sudden, you've got a party. Maybe some retailers in your area, they're probably not going to write you a check, but they might give you door prizes or gifts or something like that because they'd like to get their word out in front of your 40 or 50 people or however many that you have. So reach out to some retailers for some goodie bags or something like that. This sounds like a big deal. This sounds pretty huge, and it can be, but it's okay to start small. It is okay to start with you and 5 other people out to dinner one night, right? That could be your first big party because you just don't know very many people. It could be you and 20 people just at a bar, and it's not very expensive. Maybe that cost you, $300 or $400. Not terrible if you paid for everything. But if you want to reach out and find a lender or something to help you out, then that would be great too. And I say this in a lot of my classes that I teach here locally on lead generation is, even if you're a brand new agent, I'll bet you can find a title company to help you throw your party. Even brand new, even if you've never done a deal before, if you call enough title companies and tell them what you're trying to do, I'll bet you can find one that will at least participate, if not pay for your food and beverage of your first party. Now, they're only going to do it once because then you need to turn on the charm and get some clients and then take those clients to that title company. Otherwise, they're not going to do it again. But I bet some people out there will bet on you. They're like, yeah, I think she's going to make it. I think he's going to make it. I'll go ahead and fund this party because I think that they're going to turn it around and be able to be a good agent and bring us some business. So I'll bet that's a possibility. So feel free to start small, go out there and get it done. So parties every quarter, make them special, document them, invite or send them the save the date, then invite them, then chase those calls and see them there, and then follow up, and then send them the next one that we're going to have another event there. So you can see how if you are invited to one of these events, you're going to feel special, right? You get free food and beverage, so you're doing that already. But then you have door prizes and you have introductions to other people, and you get to meet the title company and all. It's just a fun little event. Just make sure that you make sure that it is that it's entertaining, that the people that are there are having a good time. And when they leave, they're going to think, oh my gosh, my realtor just did the funnest thing for me the other day. We went here and we went there and I met these people and we did this and I got one of these door prizes and whatever. You got to make sure that you put some thought into making that event special, right? Creative, interesting, noteworthy, remarkable, so that people will remark on your events. Long-term strategy. Don't expect something out of it fast, but that's my quick take on events. Keep in mind, if you want to write, send me a little note in the comments that says send me the list, and I'll send you a list of, I think I wrote down 20 or so different themes that you can have throughout the year, or different ways you can throw these parties throughout the year. And if you want that, let me know. I'll get it out there to you in some way or another. And that's my take on special event fundraising, and I'll see you in the next video.